I asked you to put together a little list for me. So
Yes.
the list is the top 5 pitchers going into 2025. And do we know if Corbin Burns is going to be on the list? Well,
we
we're
know if
about to
he's going to
find
be on the
out.
list. We know if he's going to be on the list.
I do, but let's let all of our watchers and all of our followers find out who's in the top 5. So for number 5, we have Mr. Gilbert from your own old team in Seattle. And this boy's a stud.
Boy's an absolute stud. 3.2 ERA. This is the epitome of strike thrower. This guy doesn't like walk anybody. He had 220 punch outs last year, 208 innings, led the league in innings pitched, 37 base on balls. His whip is it was a 0.88. Like, this dude throws absolute cheese. Like, look at this. Like, he's throwing cheese, like hard pitches left and right, 100-mile-an-hour basically thrower. It's incredible to watch him pitch with the type of command. Like, he's got such amazing stuff. 6th in Cy Young last year. He was an all-star. He doesn't get quite enough credit. Like, though his worst ERA in the big leagues was a 4.6 his rookie year, and then it's been 3.2, 3.7, 3.2. Like, he led the league in starts. He's doing everything and getting better, and it's scary.
Yeah. He's Paul Skenes without Libby Dunn and all the press. He's that good.
Well, that's the scary part, is he really is. And he just didn't come onto the scene the way Skenes did. And that's the thing about it, is like, he's a Skenes level, which is weird. Why are we comparing people to Skenes? We should be comparing Skenes to people, right? But that's how good Paul Skenes is. Like, he's like a half a year in, we're already comparing pitchers to him. But he has absolutely amazing stuff. There's not a rotation in baseball that wouldn't be screaming and clawing and trying to kill people to have him on that rotation.
All right, we're going to move on to number 4 right now, a guy that I absolutely love and a guy that I am really, really pissed off that you put at number 4. I thought he should have been higher, and that is former Met, current Philly, and even though he's a Philly, I love him, Zach Wheeler.
Suck it. He's number 4. No, absolutely amazing pitcher. 2nd in Cy Young in the National League this year. He's been 2nd twice now, top 12 4 times in his career. He MVP votes this last year, all-star, ace of that Philly staff, him and Aaron Nola, that 1-2 punch. But Zach Wheeler is absolutely amazing. Again, a guy whose whip was under 1 last year. Hits per 9, led Major League Baseball in hits per 9. 2.57 ERA, because I do care about ERA. It's a fact that it matters. And just like, again, him and Logan Gilbert, these everyone on this list is going to be punching tickets left and right, but he is an amazing pitcher, and he seems the crazy thing is like, he got better. He's got 10 years in the big leagues. He's 34 last year, and that was the best season of his career. Arguably, I think there might have been another one in 21, might have been a little bit better, but I actually think last year was such an amazing year. But he just got overshadowed by Chris Sale in that Cy Young candidate. But God, he has been getting better and better and better.
I don't know why when I look at Zach Wheeler, I think about Roy Halladay. Just consistency, keeps getting better. Great stuff. I would have put this guy up at number 2. I mean, he has been so consistent over the last few years since he had those injury issues with the Mets early in his career. I absolutely love this guy. We had the opportunity to talk to him. He's a good guy. He's one of your former teammates with the Mets.
Former teammate with the Mets. When I got drafted by the San Francisco Giants, he was the next pitcher that was a first-round draft pick by the Giants, but it took like years later, like almost like 6-7 years later. And so it's kind of cool. We always had that little history together.
Yep. All right, let's move on to your number 3, and you're absolutely crazy for putting him on this list.
Suck it, everybody. I love it.
Jacob deGrom, the man who can't stay on the field, is somehow better off than Zach Wheeler. You explain this, because I'm not.
Okay, I'm going to say this straight up. This is about who's going to be the best in 2025, not who was the best in 2024. Yes, this dude has had injury issues, like straight up and down. We all know it. But James, when he is on the field and healthy, is he not the best pitcher in the world?
He's the best pitcher I've ever seen, personally.
Yes, best pitcher ever seen in history of Major League Baseball, I think, when he's on that mound healthy. I don't think there's another pitcher that is as good as him ever. I don't know. I've never seen it.
I agree with you. I don't know when he's going to pitch. That's the
This
one
year,
thing with him. If
2025.
he pitches this year, there's a good chance he's going to be in that top 5 if he can have 30 starts. Is he going to have 30 starts? No chance in hell. No chance.
I think he's gonna have 28 to 30 starts. I think he's gonna be healthy. I think you're gonna go out there and see that Jacob deGrom that the Rangers paid for. And again, this is the problem is you sign him to this contract. You know you weren't gonna get anything up front at the beginning. Now you're getting him. I think they're gonna be so happy with it. I think this is his year to come back and show everybody exactly who he is. Now I don't think it's gonna last, but I think you were gonna get that a glimpse of Jacob deGrom's greatness again this year.
I really hope so, because I love watching Jake pitch. Like I said, he's the best pitcher I've ever seen in my lifetime. I don't think it's going to happen. Let's go to your number 2, and here's a guy who you're putting number 2 on the list a little prematurely, and that's Mr. Paul Skenes.
Livy Dunn's boyfriend absolutely has earned his place. I don't think it's premature. I think this guy is an all-around absolute stud. Below 2 ERA last year, did everything. Rookie of the year, had MVP votes, number 3 in Cy Young, All-Star, started All-Star game. I mean, this dude is hitting the ground running, and I don't see a stopping in sight. I think there's an absolute perfect spot for him, and I think this is like where he's going to be. I think he's going to end the year again at the very top, if not considered the very best pitcher in the National League, if not in all of baseball. I don't see where this is going to stop.
And I was actually considering growing a mustache in honor of Paul Skenes. Maybe I can get Livy Dunn.
Ooh.
Who knows?
Go for it. Actually, I would like to see you grow a mustache.
You've seen what I look like with a mustache. You've seen my father. That's what I'm going to look like with a mustache.
That is not you yet. I want to see in you. No, but this guy, here's the thing about it. Like, we know how good he is. If he goes out and just does that again, how is he not one of the best pitchers in baseball in the top 5? That's my thing about it is the only way he wouldn't be top 5 if we believe there's going to be a regression or an injury. And
I just can't put somebody that high on the list after a half a season. But you're absolutely right.
More than that, 23 starts. I mean, the league leader, Logan Gilbert, was 33. Okay, so he only missed 10 starts off of them. So 2/3 of a season. So it's no longer half. There's a lot of guys that had 25, 26 starts that would be considered a complete season.
Yeah. It's just a little tough. It's a little premature for my liking to put him that high on the list, but I can understand if he stays healthy, he pitches 30 starts, he's probably the best pitcher in baseball. If it wasn't for our number 1 pitcher, Mr. Tarik Skubal of the Tigers.
The Tigers. I love that he has basically he's like, we're talking about a lot of these guys on this list have been getting better, right? Logan Gilbert's been getting better. Paul Skenes, obviously, I think he's going to just continue what he's doing. I don't know if he can get better. And Zach Wheeler's been getting better at this age. But Tarik Skubal went out there, led the league in WAR, led the league in wins, led the league in ERA and strikeouts and ERA plus and fielding independent pitching, Cy Young winner, 7 MVP, All-Star. The fact that I think 7th on MVP is super low. I think he should have had more votes than that, because the way you look at this, this Tigers team, they go to the playoffs and they said, who are you going to start? And they go, all right, Skubal. And then I don't know, Skubal again. Once we get to that's amazing to me. That shows to me that you are an MVP and you should be a lot more considered for the award than what he did get. And he still got 7th as a starting pitcher. And right now, I don't see anybody taking this over if he goes out and just does what he does again. But the thing is, he's pitched 5 years in the big leagues. He's gotten better every year.
Yeah.
Who knows when this is going to stop? And that's the beauty of this. And that's why he's number 1 for me. Not that he has a Cy Young winner. Chris Sale's a Cy Young winner. He's not on my list because I see him as getting better, where I saw Chris Sale as having a flashback to who he was, where I think that's going to be deGrom this year. Chris Sale showed it last year at the end of the year, or 2 years ago at the end of the year, and then performed last year. I think that's going to be deGrom this year, but Skubal, I think, is still improving, and we saw no signs of it slowing down. It's not that he got to the playoffs and then all of a sudden he kind of fizzled out. He's continued with what he was doing.
Look, I said it. If the Yankees played the Tigers in a 7-game series in the playoffs, I don't think the Yankees would have made it to the World Series. I think the
I think
Tigers would
Scuba
have beat
wins
them.
3, and then you throw enough crap against the wall, something sticks where a couple relievers just shove it up your butt, and Tigers move on.
Yeah, 100%.